Let's see what we got.
All right. Let's see.
And this light keeps flickering.
Yeah, we'll fix that. We have to get rid of this too.
Okay.
I told him to do that, but well, that's not a big deal. Let me get this chair out of the way here. So this area here was all open, and we split it into 2 bedrooms, and they turned out pretty sizable. So if you want to come take a glance.
So this is the living area.
Yeah,
here.
this whole area used to be open. It's that front door access over there. It was all open. So this is the first kind of, it's not like moved around the way we want the furniture to be yet, but in terms of it being built, that's what, you know, we're aiming for it to look like. Those are, I think, 12-inch memory foam mattresses. Those things on the bottom right there, they pull out for extra storage underneath the bed frame. Yep. There's a desk on the side, a dresser.
Anything on the bottom?
Yeah.
Or no? Just wood slats?
Yeah, just wood slats. Yep. And then you could pull those out, and that's extra storage because we didn't want to make the room feel overcrowded. And, you know, utilizing that is pretty important. This room is basically a carbon copy of that room. Every room has that same ceiling fan in it as well. Yeah, about 90 square foot rooms. We'll talk about price for them after. I don't know what we're going to get for them yet, but I have a vague idea. I think we were aiming for like 220 for these two.
Yeah, so what I do is the way I run my comps and how I come up with my pricing on Padsplit is I'll take 5 different comparables in the neighborhood of hosts that look like they know what they're doing. Because right now that Padsplit's so new, there's not like data aggregator sites like Airbnb. Data aggregator sites are like DataRabboo, stuff like that. Being that Padsplit doesn't have that, and they do have a lot of good resources that you can go on their website with, I'll look at what some comparables are doing around there and look at my product that I'm going to offer the marketplace. Right. So for instance, my property over in Orlando, that property is very nicely centrally located. It's got the bus stops right by, lots of basic job growth. But my rooms, I made sure, like I told you before, I made sure that they have mini fridges in them. Not every single one of them, but I make sure that they have desks. Like I make sure that they look presentable to where it's a homey place where somebody wants to stay long term. Yeah. Because remember, a lot of investors where they skip out is they go real cheap on the furniture, they go real cheap on the finishes, they go real cheap on the way it looks. But in return, what ends up happening is that Padsplit member ends up not wanting to stay there because they don't feel like it's at home. So make people feel like they're at home. Make them feel that they want to stay there. All my members, I'm not even kidding, almost every single one of them, that property that I have over there, they have messaged me and say, hey man, how much I love this place, how much I want to stay here. Like I love hearing that. Like it just, to me, it's like, oh, you're going to be here long term. Yeah. And I've had that place now for about 30 days in the market. I'm almost 100% occupied. I got one room left. So what I would do to price these rooms out is look at the comparables on Padsplit and see what they are and do averages, and then put a little bit of a premium. Yeah. Being that this house is fully updated and you've done nice finishes and you have a lot of nice amenities in the bedroom themselves, I would ask for a little bit of a premium on this. Right. But I don't think I would do less than, I haven't looked at the market, but I'm saying just going based off knowledge, I don't think I would do less than $200 a room here. Yeah. These bigger rooms, I would be charging all day probably like $269, $279. Yeah. For these bigger rooms.
And I followed his advice. I have a San Antonio Padsplit as well. And I followed his advice about the mini fridges and a couple of different things. Yep. And I've been getting some feedback. It's like, hey, now I want to stay here for a really long time. Yep. So it does make a difference. Turnaround is a real thing, especially with the new Padsplit model, where they're going to be taking how does it work again? The first 10 days Padsplit takes.
Yes. They have a new pricing. So Padsplit right now, it's 15%. It's just under 15% they take out of the gross revenue. So if the property's grossing, $5,000 a month, they're taking 15% off the top. Right. And they now have come up with a new model, which I'm not 100% familiar on, so I don't want to speak on it because I don't want to give the wrong information. But it's something like where they take the first 10 days, and after that, I think it's 8%.
It's 8%, and then the transaction fee is $275.
Yeah, and I think they're still talking about if the transaction fee is going to be passed to the host or the member of the house. Okay. So there's a lot of little new stuff in the works, and they're still talking through with it. I'm pretty sure they're going to be rolling it out, but I think for existing Padsplits, this is from what I understand from Ray Nunez, existing Padsplits that are on the current 15% model, you're grandfathered in on that model. The new model, I think, are for new upcoming properties. And I don't think they're going to do that new pricing tier just yet. I think they haven't rolled it out 100%. I think they're doing some test runs in certain markets.
Right. I think I saw May was like the big rollout, but that was, before the new year.
Yeah.
So things probably have changed.
Exactly. So when you launch this one, you'll still be on that same model.
I'm going to be launching this next week.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So you got these 2 rooms here. These are about 90 square foot. You have the kitchen here. This is a common area. Everybody will be eating in here or whatever, preparing their food, etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is also a common area. This is.
Are you putting furniture in this common area?
I'm going to be. I haven't quite visualized.
You're gonna do a couch?
I don't know yet. We're gonna go shopping today. I'm gonna visualize this out with Gary, and when everybody gets here, I'm open to chatting with you about a couple ideas for it. But
yeah,
we couldn't turn this space into anything else besides a common area, because there's a separate entrance right there, and there's a bedroom right here. So this bedroom over here that we'll get to would need to walk through this space to get to the kitchen. So this is kind of just like a blank canvas.
You want me to give you some advice on this room?
Let's do it.
It's gonna be very complicated.
Okay.
Keep it empty.
Really?
Yeah, keep it empty, because remember, the whole thing about Padsplit is you don't want to put furniture in common areas because you don't want people to congregate. You want people to be in their bedrooms, go to work, cook, sleep. That's it, right?
Yeah.
If you put any type of lounge area in here or a sofa in here, yeah, it looks pretty and looks great in the pictures, and yes, it is a great amenity, but people are going to start congregating here. People are going to start hanging out, and it's not even just the members who want to hang out with each other. It's actually, hey, they want to invite a friend over.
Oh, great.
Hey, I got a friend can come over. Hey, we have a nice sofa to hang out in here. So they get that feeling of like, hey, I want to invite somebody over, right? When they can't have anybody over.
Right.
This is just for the individual renting out the bedroom only.
Right.
So
exactly.
So the only thing that Ray mentioned, which could be an option, is turning it into desks where they, like people who may want to do work from home.
Yep.
But you know, the desks you have in the bedrooms are a little smaller. You can rent out a larger desk for them to come in and like create kind of an office environment.
You could do some desk in here. That is an option. The only other option I would say, other than that, you can have some storage lockers in here and charge for the storage lockers.
That's probably what we're gonna do.
If you want to do that. So on my Padsplit that I have in Orlando, I have those commercial racks, and so I have them labeled as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so what I'm doing is I'm messaging the members, because you can message the members all together at once, and you can offer whatever storage you have.
Right.
And so remember, if people are bringing their items, typically you don't bring your items on a Padsplit other than your toothbrush and your clothes. But if people are bringing some additional stuff, it's just like when they rent a storage unit, somebody's not gonna want to leave. They have their stuff there, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like this psychological thing. And you get to maximize dead space. This to me is dead space.
Yeah.
So you can do that as well. Or I've also seen another host on Padsplit. They've had, each room has its own little pantry, for instance. So people can store their little food products in there. And they did like cleaning kits, like for instance, like little cleaning buckets.
Yeah.
So if you want to go above and beyond.
Yeah. I mean, it's big enough area that we could do the storage in like a desk area. But honestly, the rooms itself, they're big enough that they have their desks, they have their space. We don't really need congregational areas that people can come and work in. For my San Antonio one, some of the rooms are a little bit tighter. So what we did was we took desks and put it in common areas close to that room, so they can come out and work out in the open, but not really congregate. So.
One thing also I'm doing too is because I want to see kind of what the members' perspective is. The other day I went to one of my properties that is almost 100% occupied, and the member was having trouble with something, and I could have sent somebody there, but I wanted to go purposely. I wanted to talk to him. I want to see where he worked, even though that they put that on their profile, but I want to see like, why did he choose my property? Get some insight. So he told me like he liked that, but he takes a bus. He has no car. And actually, he lives about his work is about 15 minutes from where he's living now in the Padsplit, and he takes a bus all the way. He said that one of the things that was really appealing to him was the room, the way I set it up with the desk, how big the room was. He's like, man, when I got here, the room was a lot bigger than I thought. And he's like, I love that I can just jump on a bus and just go right into work on one route.
Yeah.
And so that was a big selling point for him. So ask your members when you guys are doing this, because when you start doing this, it's important for you guys to have data, right, for your next property. What do people like? What do people don't like? Even though that Padsplit has some metrics and stuff like that, but it's still important. Just try to get to know your members a little bit. I'm not saying, hey, be a property manager, But for your first few, if you're going to scale in an area like this, try to get to understand what they want. What are they looking for?
I think the general ratio of tenants in Padsplit's database that own vehicles, if they don't, 60% own vehicles, 40% don't.
Yeah,
so
correct.
It's big because there's a bus stop right around the block from here.
Yep.
So I mean that's big. I like to buy houses near bus stops.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this is like a little mud room.
Okay.
This locks, but mud room. This room is where the Florida room was. Let him get in here. And it's really messy because this was our building room last night.
This is what we want to see.
Yeah, this was our building room. It's got its own access point here. So you literally have a separate entrance. You don't have to talk to any Padsplit members unless you got to go to the bathroom and make food. This is a big room. This is a really big room.
What I would suggest in this to me is a premium room because A, the size, B, it's got its own private entrance, and it's away from everybody else in the house.
Right.
And you don't have to really, it's almost like having your own thing. Honestly, I would start this room right around 269.
Yeah.
After you start really looking at comps, like 269, 279 where I was talking. And by the way, I'm keeping my move-in fees. I have move-in fees in all my rooms at $97.
Okay.
I want somebody to be more committed to getting into my place.
Makes sense.
So I don't do less than $97 for the move-in fee. That also helps offset when I have to turn the room.
Right.
So for instance, I had a guy who brought his hoochie mom over. We had to take him out of the Padsplit. He was super professional about it, but he literally was with me for 1 week. He paid $97, so we got to get that $97, to help offset the cleaning, the turnover for the room. But this room, I would Mac Daddy it out a little bit. Add that mini fridge in here because I know you
100%.
said you didn't want to add any mini fridges, but
I'm gonna be doing it in this room, and then the garage. We'll get to that.
Yes, so the garage, add it in there as well, and that also helps from members being all congregated in this kitchen area when they all wake up to go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
So they have their own room. So one thing on Padsplit too, if you have a private entrance, and you have a room this size, you're able to charge a premium for it. You can charge another $10, $15, $20 a month depending on the market that you're in for a private entrance. Sometimes even more. Same thing with a bathroom,
Right.
So the only issue I see with this room that you're gonna have in the future is air conditioning.
Yeah.
So you might have to do a mini split unit in this room at some point.
It's something that I've already thought about.
Yeah.
And I wanted to point out too the locks. I mean, I think you told me about these.
Yeah.
But
yeah, those like the same ones I have. Same exact.
These are, I think they're fingerprint here.
Yep.
And then they're combo there, and I could change them Wi-Fi. So I don't even have to come here when someone.
And they have a hard set key that goes in them.
Yep.
Right?
Hard set key goes in them as well.
Yep. Hard set key goes in them. That way, if this lock ever mount functions. Now, what are you doing for when the lock mount functions? You have your secondary oh shit lockbox system.
Yeah.
Set up?
We have a lockbox in the front.
So I put but does that one lockbox have all the keys to all the doors?
Not yet, but we're gonna either put it all in that one or
No. So this is what you do. You buy one lockbox per room, right? You label the lockbox. So if this is room 1, you label that lockbox 1. You're gonna wanna put that lockbox. I put them all in one spot. So for instance, at my property, they're in the garage. So I have 6 bedrooms. So I have 6 lockboxes, 1 key per lockbox. So if their lock mount functions, I can say, hey, go to lockbox number 2, located in the garage, open up your lockbox, get your key to your door, right? Then I have a master key, because every lock in the house has double keys. So with that second key, what I did was I took another lockbox and made it a master lockbox key, and that's only for me and my vendors.
Right.
They can never have access to that. So if they're lost the key or they're, it's like a oh shit to oh shit, like to be prepared. So keep all those in one centrally located spot, or give them a lockbox somewhere in their general area that they have access to, and let them know that they have that. That way they don't hit you up at 4 in the morning and say, hey, oh, my lock's not working. They can go to that lockbox for, but you don't want them to have access to all the keys.
Right.
Because they start opening each other's rooms up, and it's just a liability issue. So this is another room. So this is room 3. Let's see.
We can make a right up here.
So will they be eating in their rooms, you think? They come out here and cook? Is
we'll put it.
Actually, so
put a table here.
Good point. This room, you can put a table in here.
Yeah.
That's what I would do actually in this room.
Small table.
Yeah, like a small table.
Yeah.
Like a small table. What I would do is I would put like a table here, maybe that you have sits like 6, 5 or 6 or 4 person table, But yeah, most people are eating in their rooms. Yeah. When I went to the Padsplit the other day to just kind of see how all the members are interacting, everybody was in their rooms. It was real quiet. I could smell a little bit of weed, but not weed like, hey, somebody was smoking in there, but like somebody just got done smoking.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't bother me as long as you're not smoking in the house. You smoke weed outside, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
As long as they're not smoking in the house, to me that's fine. People smoke. I want them to feel like they can smoke outside the home.
Yeah.
You know.
We also have a coffee maker and a toaster.
Yes.
I don't know where we're gonna put the coffee maker yet, but I'm thinking about getting maybe like an end table in here.
Yep.
What we
So.
talked about.
Yep, on all my properties, I add coffee makers, blenders, spoons, pots, pans, any of the kitchen essentials that you would have at your home. I would add in here as well because again, that gives them the homey feeling of the property. It makes them feel like, hey, this property is awesome. I want to stay in here. I can cook my meal with eggs and whatever. So I always add all that in all the properties.
Right.
So.
Is that Gary?
What's up, Gary?
Yo.
Dang, bro, this is what you look like?
Oh, yeah.
Another Subto student. Man, give me a hug, man. Act like you love me. I'm just kidding, man. How you been, man?
Good, you?
See, good, man. We're just shooting some content right now.
Very nice.
Yeah, so this is Gary.
Is this the what not to do section?
This is what not to do section. Gary, a Subto student, right? How long you been in Subto? He's one of the OGs.
A little over 2 years, 2.5 years, I think.
A little over 2 years, and your main focus is what? Nursing homes?
I got to do my future right here. So
What's
yeah, I did a lot of lease options, and now I'm doing a lot of sub-twos and getting into the pad splits now.
Yeah, and now Padsplits, which we're all into. That's awesome. Yeah. And you're working with Dom. Is he on your team, your wholesale team?
Gary?
No.
Gary joined.
I was for about 25 minutes.
Yeah. No, seriously. Gary was like, yeah, I'll call. Wait, I don't like calling. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seller or two.
Cool. What do you think about this deal? How's it rolled out, the Padsplit?
It's been a long process, but I think it's going to work out great.
Good.
Cashflow is going to be phenomenal.
Dude, you guys are going to kill it. Back room, I think 269 all day.
Okay, good.
Just once we look at the comps, get more in depth, but you'll be getting some premium rates on those rooms, these big rooms. And these smaller rooms, even so, I don't think I would do less than $200.
Yeah.
I would do probably start them at $229.
That's what we were thinking,
Yeah,
$229.
$229 for these smaller rooms.
That's what we're thinking.
Yeah, and yeah. Just with Padsplit, it takes a little bit longer for the rooms to fill up, but they fill up.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
You want to make our way out?
Yeah, let's make your way out. Yeah.
Cool.
Gary interrupted us, so we're...
Yeah, nice job, Gary. All right, let's head this way, and then I'd like to head this way first, if you guys want.
Okay.
This was the garage. This whole room was the garage.
Okay.
You got the washer and dryer hook up here, and then a separate entrance right there. This unit right here was the garage, and now it's got its own private access point, which is, you know, big premium.
Another premium, yep.
Another premium, but we could head into the room. This is our
So this is this area right here, this little mud area that people will be using to all wash their clothes.
exactly, and separate entrance.
So these
point.
members get free laundry, fully furnished rooms. They're getting power included, Wi-Fi included.
Yeah.
And no major deposits they have to pay.
Nope.
No super long-term commitments.
Just
I don't know if you know the initial commitment's 30 days in 1 day. It's 31 days.
Yeah.
But
if they leave early, they have to pay like a small fee.
Small fee.
That's nothing
so
crazy.
there's no long-term commitments, and right now, if you go to most properties to rent them out, they want first, last security. They want to do this whole methodical, you know, application on you to see if you can qualify for the property, etc. So
Right.
the vetting process for Padsplit is not as extensive, even though they do a very good job in the vetting process.
Yeah. So this room has got a mini split, and this is our biggest room. It might be a little bit smaller than the other one, I think, but mini split, huge value. That door back there, huge value. Really big, spacious room here. This is my favorite room.
Yeah, I would start this room based on comps 269, 279. I would probably start this at probably 279.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
279 and let it marinate for about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
279 with a $97 moving fee, everything included. You're not going to get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
This is pretty much somebody having their own house. They don't have to deal with anybody. You know, technically, if the person is somebody who goes out to eat, and so this is another thing I want to mention. I noticed my Padsplit members, none of them cook.
Yeah.
Even though I have a great kitchen and I have all these nice amenities, the blender, etc., I have a fully stocked kitchen, none of them are cooking. They're actually all get Uber Eats. They're all get Uber Eats. I see Uber Eats at the property all the time.
Lots of Chipotle.
Lots of Chipotle, yes, lots of Chipotle, a lot of McDonald's, and they don't even cook. So if they're not cooking, that means less wear and tear on the property. The property's not getting messy because if they're not using dishes in the kitchen and there's not all the smells in the air, they don't have to worry about any of that. So this member actually can technically, if they don't ever eat out and they never need to cook in the kitchen, they can actually never deal with a member at all, pretty much, essentially, because they have the laundry room here, they have their door there, and they could just go on about their day.
Pretty much. Easy. It's like a studio apartment almost without a kitchen.
Yeah. No, for sure it is. It for sure is.
All right, go ahead.
Are you going to put a baseboard there? No.
Probably not.
No?
Probably not.
You got a closet here?
Yeah, it's a little pantry.
Are you gonna rent this out, or what are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. This is all, and I got here 2 days ago. So I'm focused on finishing it up right now. And then once we figure out what the layouts are going to look like, then we'll maximize the space. But
Okay.
there's definitely more money to be made here than, we originally even anticipated.
Yeah. No, this came out good. And by the way, how many square foot is this house?
It's only it's less than 1,700 square feet, right, Gary?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's less than 1,700 square feet. It's not a massive house.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's right. There's another room here.
Yeah.
My God,
actually
this
the
place is like a
master.
maze.
This was the master.
Okay.
And
Master bedroom.
master bedroom. We created a hallway here so that this is a bathroom that was the master suite.
Okay.
And now it's a public bathroom that everybody in the house has access to. So now we can actually make it that 7.2 that we wanted to make.
So you guys walled it off here, and behind here is another bedroom.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably about 90 square feet too. Maybe a little bit bigger than 90 square feet.
Yeah. They're very narrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are those queens beds? Are
They're
these
full.
queens?
They're full.
These are all full. Okay.
They're full. Yeah.
Okay.
They're full.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You don't need a queen, really.
No, honestly, it would take up too much of the room.
Yeah,
would
take
take-
too much of the room.
Yeah.
But depending on bed size, guys, if you have a king, if you have a queen, if you have a full, there are little premiums there. If you have a fan, there's a premium there. If you have a desk, there's a premium there. If you have a private entrance and a bathroom, there's a premium there.
Yeah.
So these are all the ways you can get more for your bedroom on Padsplit if you add these things.
Right.
So,
All right. We'll head to the last two bedrooms, which are actually the original bedrooms.
okay. Yep, original 3.2 and about 17 square foot.
About 17.
Down there, nobody's down there, so.
Excuse me, sir.
Hey, finally get to see you in person, man.
All right.
So I've been working with these guys. By the way, I've been working with these guys for what? How long have I been working with you guys?
Over 6 months.
Over 6 months. Never met them, but the reason why we're able to collaborate and we've met, right? This is a wholesaler. This guy is doing almost 10 deals a month via Subto. Think about this. I'm capitalized. He's got deals. We're bringing each other's resources together, and he can sell me a deal, right? Like, that's the beauty about collaborating. And I've never met him in person, and we've been just talking via FaceTime and text message and stuff like that.
Yeah, Javier is literally the type of guy I'll call him and answer on the first ring. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty quick to answer my phone, man.
Good realtor, man.
Yeah, I'm about my business, man.
This was one of the original bedrooms. Cool part about this one, it has that closet space over there, so that's
Yep.
a premium.
Yep, that's true. These are called reach-in closets, so yep, you can charge a premium for that. You're right.
Yeah, so this is an original bedroom. I didn't
What are
do
you
anything
doing
to
for
it.
the other bedrooms that have no closets?
So we got the dresser, and then we got the pull-out under space, and then I'm open to suggestion.
Okay.
I just don't want to overclutter the space.
Yeah, you can. They do sell the hanger things that go on the studs. It's like a little thing that just comes out like that, and you could put like a bunch
Right.
of hangers on them. You could do that. Those are pretty cost effective.
Yeah,
You could try those.
We're gonna do a Home Depot run today. Once everything, I have to visualize it. So once everything is built and I can actually visualize it, then I can FaceTime Javier and be
Yeah.
like, hey, what do you think about a hanger over here or
Yeah.
something like that?
Are
So-
you guys trying to figure out how to monetize this process? That way you guys don't have to fly out every time to build furniture and walk properties, etc.
I was talking about this yesterday.
Okay.
This is a bad use of an investor's time. Coming out here to build all this stuff, it's
Yeah.
a bad use of time. But I came down here to hang out with him, build our relationship, hang out with Gary, hang out with Javier,
Yeah.
network, do
Right.
that kind of stuff. And, a little manual labor never hurt anybody. So-
Yeah, so I agree with him. Bad use of time, but we all get to collaborate. I'm meeting another Subto student, which I've never met before. I'm getting to see Gary. I haven't gotten to see Gary. He's got more hair in his head than I thought. I'm getting to see these guys firsthand that I never, it's what, 6-7 months that we never, met each other personally, but we only talked on FaceTime and stuff like that.
It's
so.
fun, man. It's fun. It's just fun. So
Yeah.
we still work.
Yeah,
but
you're still doing work because you take your business with you, right?
I have a computer.
I saw you post a deal yesterday in San Antonio or something.
El Paso.
El Paso, there he is.
Paso. Original. Same. It's the same exact bedroom, maybe a little bit bigger. And then this what was this, Nick? The windowsill?
Yeah, it looks like a window.
Yeah, so the back room that we were in, the first room, had that window that was like blacked out.
Florida room.
Yeah, the Florida room. And then this was just a windowsill here. I don't really know what we could do with that. I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, this is one of the original bedrooms and the last one of the house. And then we can go out and check out the bathroom.
What are you guys doing for parking? What's your parking scenario look like?
So we got 4 spots.
Okay.
So it almost fits Padsplit's ratio of 60-40, but
Okay.
there's 7 rooms. So there'll be 3 people here that might not have a parking spot, and the bus stop's right around the block. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue.
Right.
There's also space on the side of the house that we could use as a single spot potentially and just move the garbage cans into the backyard by the back door. So that would fit Padsplit's ratio of 60-40, but a little bit more. But right now we don't want to over-clutter it. And I don't know if I like the idea of someone having to move their car for someone else to get out. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, no, definitely don't want to. You want it to flow very, very easily.
Which is why, you know,
Yeah.
4, maybe 3 in the front. Did you see the front yet with the camera?
No, we haven't actually.
We're gonna do landscaping. It doesn't look the best, but there's the orange line. That's the property line up there that we'll get to. I think that's the property line.
Okay.
You might be able to fit 3 cars there if you squeezed, but it's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
So
Let's go out here and talk about it. See what it looks like.
Yeah.
And this hallway, I mean, this foyer area is a lot bigger than I, thought, even with the wall.
It's big.
And you guys had to add lighting, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, no lighting. Can't light. All right, so we got 4 cars here right now.
Yeah, easily.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can get 4 cars here, no problem.
Easily. And there's no more garage. So 4 cars. I don't want to have anything cluttered over here. So I'm going to start off with 4 cars, and if it becomes an issue, maybe we have that extra space in the corner over there where the garbage pails are right now that we could turn into a spot. But I don't really love that idea. But it's a last resort type
No
thing.
HOA, right?
No HOA.
No HOA. So do not get Padsplits and HOA, guys. I see some people, I know you have one in Texas, but I don't recommend it. I mean, it's just, how they come after you and the bylaws. Have you had any issues with that one, by the way?
Nope, not
No?
yet. Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's just really more so like neighboring. I feel like it just adds to risk. You know what I mean? When you look at it as a standpoint from a risk assessment, I just don't like HOAs, bro. I don't recommend them. When I teach people to in Padsplit, I'm just like, hey, just stay away from them.
The thing about it is I think this is like a 1972 build, this house.
Yeah.
So it's not a newer house, but it's freshly updated. A lot of the sub-2s that I wholesale are newer houses, especially in Texas and Florida, which, it's very rare to find those without an HOA. So you might have to acquiesce a little bit depending on your exit strategy. I personally have a Padsplit in an HOA. I haven't had any issue with it yet, but at the same time, like Javier said, it's not my first choice.
Yeah.
It just happened to be a really good opportunity for Padsplit.
Yeah.
If you are going to do something like that, maybe call the HOA and say, hey, what are the rental restrictions here? What's going to happen if I do X, Y, Z? And if they give you an answer you don't like, then you have your answer.
Yeah, look at all your bylaws and rules and regulations and make sure that, it's aligned with what your exit strategy is. I see a lot of people also trying to do short-term rental and mid-term rental and HOAs, and they have issues. So just think about Padsplit. You have all these members.
Right.
So you're going to have, along the lines of same issues. But hopefully you don't have any issues with that one. So
yeah.
No, this is going to be an awesome project, man. This is going to be an awesome project. I'm excited for it. And next week you're going to do professional photography?
Yeah.
You have a photographer already?
Zach, who's coming. Okay. He's a realtor.
I was going to say, I can send you one if you need.
I mean, I'm open to it.
No, don't worry. Just hire Zach, bro.
Yeah.
So you got your outdoor cameras, by the way, already?
Yeah, we have our outdoor camera set up, and then Gary set them up, so I don't know where he put the other one.
Okay.
But it's probably at the side door.
It's right there, I think.
Yeah, it's got to have a view of the side door.
That's one important thing, guys. First things first, always install your cameras right away because you want to be able to monitor your property when contractors are coming in and out or if they're showing up. Like, it's super important, like day one of you closing on the property, cameras. Not only that, because people try to vandalize properties. So you want to make sure that you have eyeballs on your property at all hours and you can see and if anything is going wrong. So always add your cameras first. I use Ring personally. I like Ring because I'm in their ecosystem already. So I think Ring is really good, but everybody has different preference on cameras, but that's good that you have those. That way you can kind of monitor members. I would even go with a doorbell there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you mitigate the notifications with that?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't want to get a notification every single time someone
you silence it.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just silence the notifications on Ring.
And you could have separate accounts. Yeah. Like for my own personal residence, obviously I want to see who's going in and out.
Yeah. No, mine, the way I like, let me show you. Like the way as mine's structured, if I go on Ring, right? Go to Ring, I have everything broken down per property. Look, so I got, you know, I can see exactly which property, which address, which property, which address.
Right.
You know, look at this. This is a Padsplit. See the garage? I see in the garage because you know, you're allowed to have it in the common areas like a garage.
Right.
I can see exactly what's going on in there.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You have an issue or somebody's, you know, just creating problems. Like I can see what's going on in there. I want to have an eye on my property at all times. Not only that, I want to make sure members are happy. So.
Right. I've also used Simply Safe. They've been good.
Yeah.
The Crenshaw house over there, I use Simply Safe. It's been pretty good. The battery on it lasts. I didn't hardwire it. It's battery operated, so it lasts maybe like 3 months, depending on how long you operate it for.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So how do people get a hold of you if they want to buy a wholesale deal from you via Subto?
GoGorillas.com. You can sign up for our buyers list.
Because those big old muscles.
But yeah, I mean, I could give you the link for that. You add to the buyers list. You'll be in our email threads when I put deals out. You can follow me on Instagram, Dom_Inglesi. It's just my personal. And my email is sales@gogorillas.com. I'll give that to you as well.
Yeah. So what we'll do, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe this video, because we're going to have lots more content on Padsplit, wholesaling, all different types of extra strategies on real estate. Luckily, we're enough to get with Dom today, and we were able to meet with him in person finally, so I'm glad we got to put a face with a name. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll put his information down there. Check the description below. We're going to have all different types of freebies in there for you guys. So make sure you guys follow us on the next one and continue to grow with us in the Padsplit journey. I'm excited. I'm excited to get the Jacksonville deal going next week. You'll see a lot of content on that.
Yeah, man. Hopefully I get to see it down there with you.
Let's do a deal.
Yeah.